For your first game, we recommend you try the starter deck included in your box, and after becoming familiar with the rules, try out customizing it.
We also suggest you play with some slight modifications, but don't worry, we'll also give you a rundown on how to enjoy the full experience.
Use the corner markers to set the battlefield boundaries.
The standard battlefield should be a 2.5 feet square, but the first game use a flat 2x2 area, which is the length of 2 rulers.
Place your Seeker, Terrain and Legacy cards from the starter deck separately.
And take the remaining cards from the starter deck, shuffle them to create your deck. Place your die, damage tokens and rulers near the battlefield within easy reach.
The ideal gameplay experience is playing with immersive 3D terrain. Included in your box are some cardboard 2D representations of the terrain, so you can start playing immediately.
These cardboard terrain pieces are double-sided, with one of them showing the areas with colors to reinforce how the terrain functions, so where units can move and see through for range attacks, and the other is just art, that you can use whenever you're more familiar with them.
Besides their card effect, terrains may also create obstacles for units. Sharp obstacles are represented as a yellow area in 2D, and for 3D, these parts are the ones below 1 inch tall, which will block units from moving.
Each player rolls a d20 and compare the results. Whoever rolled the highest places the first terrain on the battlefield, starting from largest and going down in sizes.
Each player must place their pieces outside of the deployment zones, the 6-inch area on the corners, and more than 3 inches away from the other pieces on the board.
Alternate between both players until 4 pieces from each side have been placed. Then, in reverse order, each player places a husk until there are 4 on the battlefield.
Husks can be placed in any space outside of obstacles, outside of the deployment zones, and more than 10 inches away from one another.
For your first game, each player places a medium and 1 small terrain from their set, and 1 husk from each player.
Set your round tracker to 1 and your mastery dial to 0, and your echo dial to the starting echo on your legacy.
For first-time experiences, we suggest setting aside each player's legacy card. They add an extra layer of strategy and complexity, as they're always active and are more ideal to play after you're more familiar with the rules.
Shuffle the 15-card relic deck and place it face down near the battlefield. Draw a number equal to the number of husks on the board and place them face up in a line next to the relic deck.
Then, place 1 player's initiative token within easy reach. Now each player must draw 7 cards from the deck, and each player must now bid a card for the initiative, by taking one of them from their hand and placing it face down.
Once both players have chosen a card, they reveal them. The player who reveals the card with the highest cost wins the bid.
The winner now gets to choose if they want to have the initiative, giving them the choice of who acts first in the following game phases, or choose the deployment side, which forces the opponent to play in the opposite corner.
As those decisions are best done with more familiarity on the long-term impact, for your first game, we recommend that players start in the corners close to the husks already on the battlefield, and the winner of the bid takes the initiative.
Regardless, the initiative player places a token in front of them as a reminder.
If the revealed cards are tied, roll a d20 and whoever rolls the highest wins.
Any card used in the bid, whatever the player won or lost, is banished, removed from the game, and placed in the banished zone.
Cards in the banished zone are out of the game and cannot be played.
With this, the game is all set and ready for the beginning of the match.
Join us next when we will go through the different phases of the game.